The 57 by 28mm cartridge has been steadily gaining ground among shooters across the country, and it looks like 2025 might just be its breakout year. At this year's SHOT Show, we saw an impressive lineup of fresh firearms chambered in 57 by 28mm, many of which stood out for their innovation and unique engineering. In this video, we're going to highlight the most talked about new 57 platforms from SHOT Show 2025, break down what makes each one special, and explain why this caliber continues to draw serious attention. Let's get into it. One of the most unexpected releases came from Kel-Tec with their all-new PR57. Instead of using the typical detachable magazine setup we've come to expect from modern pistols, Kel-Tec went old school. This pistol loads via stripper clips. You can slam in 20 rounds of 57 by 28mm in one smooth motion, which gives it a fast, classic, and satisfying reload process. 2 loader clips come with the gun, but if you want, you can also single-feed rounds straight into the mag well. Weighing in at under 14 ounces, the PR57 has a slim profile and is extremely easy to carry all day. The controls are stripped down to the essentials, just a slide release and a clean braking trigger with a pull weight around 4.5 pounds. There's something refreshing about the simplicity. It doesn't have a dozen bells and whistles, but it gets the job done without fuss. Internally, the rotating barrel system helps tame the punchy velocity of the 57 by 28mm cartridge, keeping recoil manageable and your follow-ups consistent. The 4.64-inch barrel features a 1-in-8 twist rate, ideal for stabilizing those lightweight, high-speed projectiles. Standard 3-dot sights come installed. And for those who like running optics, there's a mounting plate ready to go for your favorite red dot. If you've been wanting to jump into the 57 platform without spending big bucks, the PR57 hits a sweet spot. Priced around $400, it's making waves with folks looking for a reliable, affordable way to get into this exciting caliber. Especially those tired of cookie-cutter polymer pistols. Now, if budget 57 by 28mm pistols are your thing, there's no way we can ignore the Rock 57 from Palmetto State Armory. This pistol has already earned a strong reputation, especially with its impressive 23-round capacity. It's a favorite among shooters who want performance without breaking the bank. But PSA didn't stop there. They followed up with the Rock Compact, a trimmed-down version designed for concealed carry, while keeping all the benefits of the 57 by 28mm cartridge. With a 4.3-inch barrel and a shorter grip frame, this pistol is easier to carry but still packs serious firepower. Unloaded, the Rock Compact comes in around 21.9 ounces, which is light enough for everyday carry, yet still capable of holding 21+1 rounds. The polymer frame is matched with a stainless steel slide coated in a QPQ finish, offering durability with a sleek look. The grip texture strikes a nice balance. It helps with control under recoil but won't chew up your hand during long sessions at the range. Internally, the Compact keeps the same delayed blowback action found in the full-size version, which helps reduce felt recoil and improves shot-to-shot recovery. The fluted carbon steel barrel is built to handle heat, making it a good fit for fast strings of fire. It ships with an optic-ready slide cut for a shield footprint, and adapter plates are available for doctor-style or ruggedized miniature reflex sights. If you prefer iron sights, the steel ones included are Glock-compatible, so upgrades are easy. Priced around $500, the Rock Compact is another excellent entry point for anyone wanting to run 57 by 28mm without draining their wallet. Extra mags are available for about $20 each, making it an economical choice for both casual shooters and serious carriers alike. Next on the list is the Kel-Tec Sub-2000 Gen 3, a compact carbine rather than a handgun, but still chambered in 57 by 28mm. This platform has long been praised for its space-saving, fold-in-half design, making it a top-tier choice for bug-out bags or emergency kits. In its third generation, this model now runs 57 by 28mm, delivering a lightweight, high-velocity punch in a design that folds down to just 16.5 inches. Fully extended, it measures a bit over 30 inches and tips the scales at only 4 pounds, making it one of the most backpack-friendly rifles in this caliber. One of the most exciting updates for Gen 3 is the ability to mount optics without sacrificing the foldability that made this rifle famous. That means you can toss on your favorite red dot or weapon light and still collapse the rifle for storage or transport. The redesigned handguard also includes plenty of modular lock slots for accessories, giving you real flexibility in how you build out your setup. The trigger has also seen improvement. It now breaks more cleanly at around 5 pounds, which is noticeably better than earlier versions. Thanks to the 5.7 by 28mm chambering, recoil is extremely soft, making for a fun and fast shooting experience. Another huge plus? It runs on FN 5.7 magazines. If you already own a handgun in this caliber, that cross-compatibility is a real value add. The barrel is threaded from the factory too, so you can drop on a suppressor and enjoy some quiet shooting when you want it. While the suggested retail price comes in around $511, real-world prices are often closer to $400, which makes this one of the most accessible carbines chambered in 5.7 by 28mm currently on the market. Now let's talk about a serious heavy hitter in this caliber, the FN 5.7 MRD Mark III. This is a modernized version of the legendary FN 5.7 handgun, which was basically the only option in this caliber for civilian shooters for a long time. With the Mark III, FN didn't just update the looks. They brought meaningful performance upgrades to the table. First off, the new low-profile optic cut lets you mount a variety of micro-red dots with ease. FN includes a full set of adapter plates in the box, so whether you're running a Trijicon, a Holosun, or something else, you're covered. Suppressor height iron sights are standard now too, letting you co-witness with your optic, a big win if you're running a can or just want backup sights in play. The new grip texture is another standout. It's much more aggressive than past versions, giving you a secure feel in the hand even when you're pushing fast strings. And speaking of fast shooting, the delayed blowback design keeps felt recoil down, letting you stay on target during rapid fire. The 4.8-inch barrel is cold hammer-forged and crowned for accuracy, something you'll appreciate if you like to stretch the distance and shoot past the usual pistol ranges. As expected, it still ships with 20-round magazines, which has always been one of the defining strengths of the 5.7 by 28mm platform. They also tweaked a few ergonomic points, like the enlarged magazine release that makes reloads quicker and more intuitive, especially under stress. Of course, with all those upgrades comes a price tag. The FN 5.7 MRD Mark III tends to run in the ballpark of $1,400, depending on where you shop. FN guns have never been budget buys, and this one is no different. But if you're after a pistol that traces its roots back to the very origin of the 5.7 by 28mm platform while bringing modern enhancements like optics support and better ergonomics, the Mark III version is tough to beat. Sure, the price might scare off casual shooters, but this is a firearm that carries legacy. FN has been perfecting the 5.7 for decades, and this model refines a battle-proven design for a new generation. If you're willing to invest in a top-shelf handgun with deep roots in 5.7 history, the FN MRD Mark III deserves a serious look. Let's keep it rolling with a real head-turner in the 5.7 by 28mm lineup, the CMMG Banshee Mark 5.7. If you're craving that AR-style setup chambered in this high-velocity round, this one's hard to beat. Out front, it sports an 8-inch barrel, giving those lightweight, fast-moving projectiles the space they need to stretch their legs while keeping the overall build compact and agile. For folks already comfortable with the classic AR-15 layout, you'll feel right at home. CMMG stuck with the traditional control scheme. That means you get a familiar manual of arms, including an ambidextrous 60-degree safety selector, a proper last-round bolt hold open, and a large magazine release that's easy to hit even under stress. The best part? It runs on FN 5.7 mags, so if you already have a pistol in this caliber, your mags can do double duty. Recoil is pleasantly mild thanks to CMMG's radial delayed blowback system. That engineering keeps muzzle rise in check, making rapid follow-up shots feel almost effortless. It's a fun, flat shooter with performance that's hard to ignore. The trigger is standard mil-spec. It's not going to win any match-grade awards, but it gets the job done reliably. Up front, the handguard is set up with modular lock slots, giving you plenty of space for lights, lasers, or whatever else you want to throw on. Weighing in at around 5 pounds, it lands in that sweet spot, bigger than your average pistol, but still lighter and more maneuverable than most carbines in its class. Some folks might argue that the Banshee feels a little oversized for the 5.7 platform, especially when compared to something like the FN PS90, with its compact frame and 50-round mags. But if you're after that classic AR ergonomics with the zippy punch of the 5.7 by 28mm, the Banshee delivers in spades. It's an ideal pick for home defense, predator control, or just ringing steel at the range. With a manufacturer's suggested price of about $1,600, it's not cheap, but CMMG has a solid rep for quality, and this rifle lives up to it. On the flip side, Smith & Wesson jumped into the game with their own offering, the M&P 57. This pistol brings something new to the table with the tempo barrel system, a rotary locking setup that delays unlocking just a hair longer. That tiny mechanical trick smooths out cycling and adds to reliability, especially with hot or varied ammo loads. Right out of the gate, it ships with a threaded barrel for suppressor use and is optics ready, which, let's be honest, is almost expected in modern pistols. Its price tag lands between $600 and $700, making it a solid middle ground option. One minor gripe: the factory sights aren't suppressor height, so if you're running a can or co-witnessing with a red dot, you might be looking at aftermarket upgrades. The grip is slimmer than most pistols in this caliber, keeping that familiar M&P feel. Even though the 5.7 round usually demands a longer grip, this one remains surprisingly comfortable. Recoil is nice and soft, and the updated flat-face trigger is a big leap over older Smith & Wesson designs. Cleaner break, better reset. It handles everything from practice loads to self-defense ammo without a hiccup. So if you're looking for an affordable way into the 5.7 by 28mm world that doesn't feel cheap or stripped down, the M&P 5.7 is well worth a look. Now we can't talk budget-friendly without giving credit to the Ruger 5.7, the gun that really opened the door for everyday shooters to get into this caliber without breaking the bank. When Ruger first launched it, it shook up the market. And now they've gone one step further with a new optics-ready version. Everything we liked about the original is still here: that lightweight glass-filled nylon frame, the 20-round steel mag, and the ergonomic touches like the undercut trigger guard and beaver tail for improved control. At around 24.5 ounces, it's easy to carry and handle, especially for a pistol in this performance class. The new model adds tapped mounting points on the slide so you can run red dots from Trijicon, Holosun, or just about any of the popular miniature optics. For those sticking with irons, Ruger gives you a bright green fiber optic front sight paired with an adjustable rear. The trigger uses their secure action system, giving you a short, crisp pull at about 3.5 pounds, making it surprisingly shootable. Other user-friendly features include ambidextrous safeties, a reversible mag release, and a slide that's easy to manipulate whether you're right or left-handed. Ruger really thought this one through. Now, compared to the Smith & Wesson M&P, the Ruger version does come in at a slightly higher cost, around $900, so roughly $200 above the M&P. That could give some folks pause. But if you're already a Ruger fan or just want a slick, modern 5.7 by 28mm pistol with optic capability, it's absolutely worth checking out. And that wraps up the most exciting 5.7 by 28mm firearms unveiled at SHOT Show 2025. Whether you're into AR-style builds, budget pistols, or premium carry options, there's a little something for every kind of shooter this year. Which one caught your eye? Drop a comment below and let us know. And don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell, and stay tuned for more deep dives into firearms, gear, and gun culture. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the range.